Japan just opened its borders a few weeks ago and you are already getting ready for your beautiful working holiday adventure in Japan. But how's it truly like going through all the hassle, departing in your country and arriving at a Japanese airport? Today's video is all about what actually can happen when you arrive at the Japanese airport and what you actually should do or consider when you arrived. There's definitely the thing of whether you need to do a PCR test before entering Japan. Yeah, you definitely have to do it, even though there are a lot of countries now green. I also leave a really nice page in the video description down below because it really helped me to figure out whether I needed to do a PCR test before going back to Germany or not, how it is with Japan and how it is with other countries. Obviously, that saved the biscuit for the night. Current scenario, or last year's scenario, I had a colleague. And the colleague lived in Japan for many years. Basically, his entire life was in Japan, except his family that still lived overseas. He wanted to see them, you know, just having a really nice vacation for 2 or 3 weeks. He was vaccinated. He did everything that the Japanese government wanted him to do. But when he actually wanted to enter Japan again after his vacation, they denied that he could come back to the country. It's not a really nice story. It definitely can happen to everyone. It was just like, I was shocked. When everything is going to plan at the airport in Japan, you can leave the airport after 2 hours. Yeah. If you're unlucky and that happens to a few people, you maybe have to stay at the airport for 7 hours because there's something wrong with your documents or they are not sure about whatever it is. It can happen. Maybe it's already in the middle of the night and then you have a huge problem. Just imagine you landed in Japan in the middle of the night. It took forever to get your working holiday visa approval stamp. You're just super tired. People are talking to you in a language that you maybe don't understand. They try their best to speak in English. You just want to go to your hotel or place to stay, to just sleep, finally relax. Just getting some well-deserved time off and you don't get it because you're just stuck at the airport. That's definitely not a really nice scenario, but you definitely have to think about it. Imagine it now. What shall you do? When it's already late at the airport when you arrived or there have been difficulties that I told you before, don't be afraid and don't hesitate to ask strangers that are in the same situation as you are and share a cab to your final destination, because it turns out so much cheaper than taking a taxi or taking a cab, depending on what English you learned. It's just so much cheaper and you don't want to spend so much money right in the beginning just because you have been too shy and too introverted. Hey, I understand, but you are in Japan now and you should jump a little bit over your shadow. When you're on time at the airport, so during the day and it's not too late in the evening, there's a high chance that the organization that you teamed up with also prepared the EFS document with you. There is a high chance that they gonna pick you up from the airport because of, you know, the flight can be very tiring. Always be aware of anything that might go wrong. Like this little boy here, always distracting me. But I love you. In case you need some cash when you arrived in Japan, go to the nearest vending machine, or when you find a convenience store, you also can take out money there as well. But since you're not having a Japanese bank account so far, in case you want to have one, but you have a credit card, because you need to have a credit card in Japan, you only can take out the minimum of 10,000 yen. You're definitely gonna need that cash anyways in the first week upon arrival in Japan. Just to let you know, and I hope it happens, you need to get used to a different way of life when you are in Japan and the different way of being treated in Japan in comparison to Japanese because there will be always a difference, no matter how long you actually already lived in Japan. For example, when you're a foreigner, you need to be fully vaccinated. The more, the better. And also you need to be fully transparent with your identity. As Japanese, you don't necessarily need to be vaccinated or anything when coming back to Japan, and also the time of the quarantine may differ. And you will stumble over those cultural differences at least once a week, I swear. Just like this stone here. Okay, so don't be afraid now. Japan is just a very conscious country when it's about non-Japanese. And when you know at least their history a little bit, then you definitely know and understand why. I just want to let you know, I know it's maybe not right or correct or appropriate, but try to learn out of your experience and try to learn from each other, because Japan is just an extremely different country from yours. Maybe when you didn't grow up in an Asian country, I guess the most of us learn from each other and try to accept or understand the Japanese. Thank you so much for watching this episode of how to get you ready for your working holiday adventure in Japan. I'm really super duper happy, like really happy and very surprised that we got so many new friends here on this channel. So thank you so much. Love you. Mata ne. And bye. Smoochy smoochy. Mwah. Before I forget, any kind of detail and very good information is in the video description down below.